Hello and welcome to a brand new series on Football Manager 2023. This is Rewriting History, where we take charge of a club across any of the top 5 European leagues and try to change their fortunes for this past season that is just coming to an end now. So this is really going to be a group of mini-series surrounding each side. So we're going to start off today with Southampton, who of course have had their relegation confirmed from the Premier League. So how this is going to work is that I've downloaded a mod that shows the real results. It has a table of all the real results that have happened in each of the top 5 European leagues. And we are going to commence on the 24th of April, I believe. So all fixtures up until this point are accurate to real life, which means we have 6 games to save Southampton from the Premier League in this case. As I said, there will be further mini-series on other clubs doing different things. It's not always going to be saving them from relegation. It might be trying to make the playoffs if they didn't, or trying to win the league if they didn't. That kind of thing. So I hope you're looking forward to this series. I'm not sure how successful I'm going to be trying to save Southampton from relegation with 6 games to go. They've not got a great squad, if we're honest, but I'll give it a good go. And if you are excited, make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know how you think I'm going to get on. So here's how the table looks with 32 games played. It's 24th of April, like I said. We are rock bottom of the Premier League, 4 points adrift of safety. Leicester currently occupying the final safe position in the Premier League. We've got 6 games to save Southampton. Hopefully we can do it. And in today's episode, we'll be doing the first 2 of those 6 games. First up is a game against Bournemouth, which is the more winnable of the 2 games. They currently sit in 15th. And then we go away from home at St James's Park to play against 3rd place Newcastle, where anything other than a drubbing would be a good result for us. But before we get into our first game in charge of Southampton, there has been a game in the relegation battle. Leeds have just beaten Leicester by 1-0, which means they are now 6 points clear of the drop. So unfortunately, that means Leicester are still well within reach of us, just 4 points ahead of us. So a bad result in the game between Nottingham Forest and Brighton for us, as Nottingham Forest have got a surprise 2-1 win over Brighton at home. That lifts them out of the relegation zone. They're now 6 points clear of us, and it means we've got an even bigger job to do to try and clamber out of the relegation zone. So we're here, we're ready for our first game in charge of Southampton. It's a big one. It's the derby at home against Bournemouth. Probably one of our more winnable fixtures that we will be playing in the last 6 games of the season. And after that Nottingham Forest result against Brighton, we really need to pick up a win here. So this is the lineup for the game against Bournemouth. We are playing, it's almost a 4-4-2, but it's 4-3-1-2 asymmetric with a left winger. And we are playing Route 1 style. We're just going to try and pump the ball forward to the target man. Hopefully he can get a flick on and someone can get a goal for us. It's an ugly way of playing, but I think it's the best way that is going to help us possibly eke out some results. So in goal, we've got Gavin Bazunu. He's been in for a bit of stick this past season, but hopefully he'll do a job for us. At right back, Kyle Walker-Peters. In central defence, we've got Salisu alongside a player I'm just going to call DCC because I can't pronounce his name. And then at left back, we've got Roman Perrault as a full back. Both of our right back and left back are playing as full backs in this tactic. At right midfield, we've got Stuart Armstrong playing as a wide playmaker on support. Lavia alongside Ward-Prowse in the centre of midfield. Lavia is a ball-winning midfielder. Ward-Prowse box to box. Hopefully we can get some free kicks as well because we know that he can score them. At left wing, we've got Mislav Orsic as the inside forward on attack. Paul Anuachu is our target forward, making good use of his height and strength. And then Che Adams alongside him as a pressing forward on attack. Hopefully we can do a bit better than Southampton did in real life in this game, as in real life they managed to lose 1-0 against Bournemouth. So hopefully we can pick up a positive result, or a more positive result than that. Ideally a win. Throw in on the left-hand side, in an advanced position for us. Ward-Prowse hooks it around to Orsic. Orsic into the box, and it's a header from Lavia there, and it's just headed wide from Romeo Lavia in central midfield. Corner for us once again. Ward-Prowse to take it from the left-hand side. Whips it in. It's headed away by Lerma. Ward-Prowse is going to get it again. He's on the edge of the box now. He could probably have a shot here. It's blocked, and that's going to go straight into the arms of Neto. And I'm going to change my camera angle because this is not the camera angle that I normally use. Cook advancing forward with the ball for Bournemouth over the top of the defenders. It's Solanke, and Solanke scored. Please be offside. The referee is going to consult VAR. Did Dominic Solanke keep himself onside? Hopefully not. It's been given. It looked like the highlight was going to be ours at the start when we had that corner from James Ward-Prowse, but a Cook Ball over the top of the defender. Solanke timing his run perfectly, chests it, and then first time volley into the back of the net. And Bournemouth are 1-0 up. Traore on the left-hand side for Bournemouth. We make him go backwards now to Senesi. Great if we could win the ball high up the field, but doesn't look like we're going to. It's Vigne on the left-hand side. Back to Senesi. Now Cook, the man who got the assist for the first goal. It's Brooks with the ball towards Solanke, but Perrault comes in there and hopefully gets rid of it. He does so. He gives it to DCC. You can launch a ball forward, but that is given straight back to Bournemouth. And now Brooks finds Christie. Ball over the top looking for Solanke again. Solanke with a header from just about the edge of the box. And if that had gone in, there would have been a lot of questions asked of all of our defenders. Incidentally, elsewhere today we've got Everton against Newcastle. So hopefully Newcastle are going to beat Everton and keep them within reach of us. But of course, we need to pick up a point at least today to give us the tiniest of chances of staying up. I've just seen Everton have actually gone 1-0 up against Newcastle, so that is the worst possible result so far. Now, we've not played too badly in terms of ratings, it seems. Anuachu is he's got a yellow card and he's on a 6.5. Not sure we don't have any other options really as a target man, given that is our main tactic. I can't really take Anuachu off, so we need him to start playing a bit better in this second half. Free kick for Bournemouth, just inside our half. Traore to take it. Hopefully we can head this away and get on the counter-attack. It's Mepham who heads that back to Traore though, and now Traore with tons of space, not getting closed down quick enough, and he fires that just wide. Corner kick, Traore to take it from the right-hand side. Salisu's there and heads it away. Can Orsic get there first? He can't. Vigne does. Now Mepham to Traore in the box. Now Traore with a shot, and it's blocked and falls neatly into the hands of Bazunu in goal. And I finally remembered what camera angle I usually use, as Bazunu launches the ball forward. But that is never really going to come to anything unless Bournemouth make a mistake at the back here. So a long ball forward searching for Solanke. Solanke wins the ball in the air somehow. Perrault brings it down for us though, and hopefully we can get on the attack ourselves now with DCC finding Walker-Peters. Now Armstrong running forward with it, dispossessed by Traore, and Bournemouth are back in possession of the ball. And we just don't seem to have any sort of product at all as the ball's played across to Christie on the right-hand side. Christie with a deep cross to Solanke. Solanke with the header. And it's 2-0. Dominic Solanke with his second of the game. Bournemouth with their second of the game. We're actually doing worse than the real-life Southampton team now. Okay, tactical change with just over half an hour to go. So we have taken Onuachu off. We've made a formational change as well. We've switched to our 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder playing a direct counter-attacking style. So we've just got the one striker up front, Che Adams up front by himself as an advanced forward. We've got two attacking wingers now in Armstrong and Orsic. And then Ward-Prowse is alongside Aribo in centre midfield. Aribo is the man that's been brought on for Onuachu. He's playing in a deep line playmaker role. Ward-Prowse remaining in the box-to-box. And Lavia is still a ball-winning midfielder, but he's dropped back a bit to defensive midfield. And hopefully this gives us a bit more opportunity to create things and less of an opportunity to concede. Right, here we go. First highlight since the changes. Walker-Peters with the ball forward. It's coming to nothing. The changes actually haven't been made. I've just noticed Onuachu still on the field, so never mind. As Solanke could be about to get a hat-trick here. It's Dominic Solanke before the changes even go through. Ryan Christie with the assist. 5th goal of the season for Solanke. And this is embarrassing. We've got 5 minutes left in the game. Nothing much has happened since that third Bournemouth goal. Orsic is having a nightmare out there. Adams isn't doing too well either. Walker-Peters as well. This is not going well. It's not the best start. We're going to bring on the other Armstrong for Orsic at left wing. Livramento can come in for Walker-Peters at right back. And I don't really have any options to replace Che Adams with, really. I mean, I'll bring on El Yunusi for Che Adams. We'll move Armstrong up to striker instead. Right, throw in from the right-hand side. Just a goal at this point would give me a tiny glimmer of hope. Is that going to be a penalty? I think it is. We've got a chance to get a goal to narrow that 3-goal margin that Bournemouth currently have on us. The VAR is just checking to confirm, and it has been given. Mepham fouling Adam Armstrong, and we have a chance to improve our goal difference slightly from the battering that we have just taken. It's Ward-Prowse to take it. If that doesn't sum up how this save has started, I don't know what does. Everton have won as well. It's getting worse. It's just going from bad to worse. Solanke with a hat-trick. Ward-Prowse missed penalty. Never really looked like getting a result today. So after those 2 results in the Everton game and our game, we find ourselves even further adrift of safety. 7 points adrift of Everton in 17th place with 5 games left to go. The task has just become harder. So next up, we focus on playing Newcastle, who are fresh from a defeat against relegation rivals Everton. Hopefully, they give us 3 points as well, just like they did to Everton. That would be nice of them. Can't see it happening, though. I think they're probably going to batter us as a form of revenge for what Everton did to them in their previous game. So the first games of the next match day have taken place, and Brentford have done us a bit of a favour by drawing 0-0 with Nottingham Forest. So that means that the gap remains 7 points to Everton in 17th, but it's still only 7 points to Forest in 18th, and we have a game in hand as well. But of course, that game in hand is against Newcastle, so see how that goes. So elsewhere in the relegation battle on this match day, I guess, is Bournemouth against Leeds. They're both 15th and 16th, so whoever wins that is pretty much safe from the drop. But we are concentrating on our massive away game at St James's Park. 3rd place against bottom of the table, and we need something. We need a miracle is what we need. So we're going to continue with that tactic that we started the last game with, simply because the scouting report that came through for Newcastle said that they're quite weak in the air. Wouldn't have necessarily thought that given their defenders, but apparently they are. Onuachu is obviously our target man, so we're gonna keep him in there. He didn't play well last time out, not the only one not to have played well. But there are a few changes in the side. So Livramento comes in at right back. Walker-Peters has moved to left back, replacing Roman Perrault. Jan Bednarak is in at centre-back in place of DCC. El Yunusi is at right midfield instead of Stuart Armstrong. Adam Armstrong is in at left wing instead of Orsic. And then everyone else is in exactly the same position and role. It's Almiron. First opportunity of the game very early on. Finds Trippier on the right-hand side. Inside to Anderson. Now Trippier again to Joe Linton. St Maximin. Back to Byrne. Newcastle just with some beautiful passing right now. Anderson on the edge of the box finds Trippier. Trippier, bad touch, and Armstrong can get in there. Now, can we launch an attack? It's Armstrong running down the left-hand side, looking for Che Adams. It's not the best ball, but Adams has got it now. And now he doesn't. He's dispossessed by Almiron. That was a nice little bit of hope while it lasted. A couple of seconds of hope there as St Maximin has the ball on the left-hand side now, and this could be dangerous. Ball in the box. Walker-Peters clears it. Livramento heads away, but only to St Maximin. Man, he gets the ball in again. And it's 1-0. Callum Wilson has scored. It's expected, to be honest. But this is dangerous. I'm now considering my choice of tactic for this game. Just switching the style up to a direct counter-attack style rather than the route one. I feel like we might be giving possession away a bit too easily with the route one. So corner just before half-time. I thought we were going to keep it down to 1-0, but this could be a second for Newcastle. Ball into the box. That is headed away by Bednarek. And Anderson gets there first now. St Maximin with a chance to get into the box now. He's going to score. Alan St Maximin 2-0 to Newcastle just before half-time. And this is looking like the impossible task of saving Southampton from relegation. So we're gonna switch it to our alternative tactic. I'm going to take Onuachu off again. And yeah, we're gonna hope and pray is all we can do that we just don't concede anymore. Maybe we manage to sneak a goal and just help the goal difference, but at some point we've got to start getting points. So we have taken Onuachu off. We've brought on Diallo into defensive midfield as defensive midfielder on support. Lavia and Ward-Prowse remaining in centre midfield. El Yunusi pushing up to right wing as a winger on support, and everyone else staying the same. Adams has gone to advance forward and attack as well instead of the pressing forward rule, and Walker-Peters should be a fullback on automatic. Now I knew heading into this save that it was going to be a very, very tough task. However, I may have underestimated just how tough, because at this rate we're going to be relegated after three of the 6 games that we have to play, and Newcastle are just, it's an onslaught at the moment. Armstrong manages to pick that ball up. Can we do something here? He's running down the left-hand side. He's got 2 men on him. Does well to find Ward-Prowse. He plays the ball across looking for El Yunusi. He just about gets there before Byrne. Now El Yunusi on the ball. El Yunusi with a shot, and it's just over the bar. An excellent attempt. It's nice to see a shot on goal from us. In that other relegation game, sort of relegation game, Leeds are 1-0 up against Bournemouth. That would put them 4 points clear of the drop, and Bournemouth would remain 5 points clear of the drop as we have the ball at the feet of Bednarek now. Salisu, ball forward, looking for Armstrong. One in the air by Shah, though. I don't know why my scout suggested that Newcastle didn't have good height, because they definitely do. It's Adams now. That was a possible counter-attack, but we've slowed things down a bit. Lavia with the ball at the top. It's Adams. Was he onside? He scored. Was he onside? Please be onside. Come on, referee, please just do us a favour. We need a little bit of luck. It's not even to equalise, it's just to get a goal back. It's been given. Right, we've got 25 minutes to possibly get something from this game. It's Diallo that played it to Lavia. Lavia with a lovely ball over the top, and Che Adams heads it past the oncoming Pope, I guess that is, in goal for Newcastle. And it's now 2-1. Can we get an equaliser? Here's the lines just to make sure that he was definitely onside, and he was. A perfectly timed run from Che Adams. Right, we've got a few players that are not looking great out there. Both our wingers are particularly terrible. We've got Sulemana sitting on the bench looking motivated. He can play a left wing, so we're going to bring him on for Adam Armstrong. And we're going to bring on Joe Aribo for El Yanusi. Goal kick from Bazunu. We need to have something come from this attack. It's Kamaldeen on the left wing, the substitute. Can he get a ball in? He's down by the byline now. Pulls back to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse is in the box. Deflected cross, headed away by Shah. Gordon heads that further, but Kyle Walker-Peters has got it now. Now Diallo. To Aribo. To Adams. He might have been off. It's off the post. And Che Adams, it was offside. I thought he was going to get the rebound there. Why is it taking us so long to wake up in this game? I don't understand. Right, we've got mere moments left of this game. We need to do something. So we're gonna stick Ward-Prowse as an attacking centre midfielder. Throw in for Newcastle. Wilson flicks that on. Salisu is there to sweep up. And plays the ball forward looking for Adams. It's headed away though. Now Anderson on the ball. Finds Joe Linton. Back to Anderson. Newcastle could get back their 2-goal deficit. It's smashed off the bar from Callum Wilson there. And we have 3 minutes of injury time to try and get an equaliser. And that 3 minutes of injury time is all gone. It's not happened. We've managed to score our first goal as Southampton manager, but it's not enough. It's a 2-1 defeat at St James's Park, which, to be fair, isn't as bad as I was expecting, especially after that very early goal from Newcastle. So elsewhere on our game day, we had a Bournemouth-Leeds game that ended 2-2, which is good news for Bournemouth, who climbed to 37 points and up to 14th in the table. Not so good news for Leeds, who still remain in touching distance of the rest of the chasing pack. Not so much us. They're about 9 points clear. Well, they are 9 points clear of us. So one more game where we don't do better than them, and we will not be able to catch them. We are obviously 7 points clear of Everton. They play Leicester in the following day, so on Monday in game. So we'll stick around to see how they do before we end this episode. And that game's actually ended in probably the most ideal way for us. It's ended 1-1. Tielemans with a goal for Leicester just before the hour mark, and then Calvert-Lewin with a very late equaliser for Everton. So with 34 games played, 4 games left of the season, we find ourselves 8 points adrift of Everton in 17th. There's of course 12 points available, so we need to realistically win at least 3 of our final 4 games, and then we're still hoping for other teams to drop points. And looking at the teams that we've got to play against, we've got Forest, which is arguably the easiest one on paper, but considering the way we've been performing, we might not even be able to beat them. Then we have Fulham, who I believe are a solid mid-table, 9th in the table, Brighton in 6th, and Liverpool, who are 7th. So next episode, we will play the games against Nottingham Forest and Fulham. We might be relegated next episode. We might be. Can we be relegated before the start of next episode? I don't think we can. No, we can't. But on the same game day as us, next episode, we have both Leicester and Everton playing. And if Everton win their game against Brighton, then they will be in 17th, or at least in 17th, depending on how Leeds have done, and will be 11 points clear of us in bottom of the table. So we will need to win all of our games and hope that the 3 teams above us lose all of their games. It's not going to go well, is it? Let me know in the comment section down below if you're trying this save and how you do. If you do better than me, it seems like a very, very difficult save to do. Either that or I'm just not very good at the game. But like I said, next episode we will do the Forest and Fulham games. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out. Make sure you hit the notification bell to stay notified of any content when it comes out. And see you next time.